What's going on, y'all? So listen. So we are back again for another episode review of Empire. This is season 5, episode 4. Love all, trust a few, bitch. Okay. So this episode, Andre gets out of jail. We got Cookie and Lucius going to pick him up, trying to figure out how he gonna be and everything, whatever. Andre is ready. Andre is ready to get it in and do what he gotta do because um Andre feels as though, bitch, I've been in jail. I did a bid. This motherfucker went in just book smart and came out hood smart all of a sudden. He wanted to be an enforcer and everything. This episode was cute. It really wasn't much. So it might be a short review, but whatever. Um, he went in. He was ready to just get out there on the streets and do what he got to do because he see Lucius in the office, and he was on the phone talking to somebody, basically saying, you got 24 hours to give me my money, okay? And we hear the intimidation on the other, the person who on the other end, they intimidated as fuck, like, okay, Lucius, just give me a little bit more time and all that stuff. And so Andre comes in and he sees Lucius putting bullets in the gun or whatever. Mind you, Cookie told Lucius, you better promise me that whatever you do, okay, do not have my son wind back up in jail, okay? I do not want him put in any situation where they can just throw his ass in jail since he's already got a criminal record now because he's a felon as it is now. Okay? And she ain't trying to have that. And so Lucius promised her that. And so when he came into the office and seeing Lucius putting the gun in the bullets in the gun. Baby, I was so happy that Lucius had gloves on and he wasn't getting his fingerprints on the gun nor the goddamn bullets. Okay, I said, bitch, sometimes y'all niggas be stupid as shit, alright? Y'all won't put y'all fingerprints on the goddamn gun, but you got your fingerprints all up on the fucking bullets and shit. Girl, come on now. Shell cases be left behind and all that stuff. That's how y'all asses get caught the fuck up. Okay? Moving on from that. So he was like, that's the book, huh? And he was like, what you know about the book? He's like, I used to come up in here and go through your stuff and look at all the people and the nicknames that you have and the total amount that they owe and all that shit to you. And so basically at this point, the investors they went through the money, or they're going through the money that they already got, trying to keep the family afloat. And Lucius has to go back to collecting money, going back to the streets and collecting money to people that owe him stuff. And Andre wants to go with him. And he was like, no, I can't go with you. I don't want you to come with me. He was like, you need muscle and all this stuff. You need backup. He was like, no, bruh. And so we see Lucius go out and he goes in to this boxing ring. Andre is already there. And he was like, what the fuck you doing here? And it's this guy named Sonny who owns the boxing ring. And he basically was there to collect money from him. Sonny said he didn't have it. But Lucius said, okay, you good for it or whatever. So I know you're going to get it. And everything's all to the good. And so Andre was like, what the fuck is really going on, Dad? You really just made yourself look soft as fuck. Okay? When word get out, you the one that put it out there already to the streets that the Lion family is flat ass broke. And then word get out that you out here collecting money and you being soft with it, just letting people slide. How the fuck that's gonna make people feel? People not gonna be ready to gonna think that they can just pull a wool over your eyes and do whatever because they gonna think your ass soft. And Lucius is like, bitch, you done went your ass in jail for 2 fucking years and you think you know everything? Bitch, I live this shit, okay? This my motherfucking life. Don't tell me how the fuck to run this shit. But in actuality, Andre was right because they go collect from this other guy and he had his muscle with him. They was like, they bringing you or you come back yourself, it's gonna make you either look like you weak as fuck or you can't afford to have muscle. So that's why Andre popped up. But then they go to this other guy and what Andre said literally comes into play. They gonna look at you like you a joke. And old boy was basically saying, I'm not gonna pay you shit, okay? Because you ain't got shit, you ain't got no muscle, you ain't gonna do nothing. And if it wasn't for Andre pulling out that goddamn gun and shooting old boy in the knee for talking trash, they wouldn't have got the money, even though it was only $2,000. He said, bitch, you gonna have my money when I say have my money. And Lucius getting upset because he don't want Andre to be put in that position where something could happen that he get locked back up. That's basically where it was coming from. He was probably impressed deep down inside. that Andre got some look to him right about now. Okay, he was like, bitch, I always seen it in you because you are my son. But listen, let me teach you to hone these skills, bitch. Okay, you just can't come out here being raggedy as fuck and just going around reckless, just shooting people, pop, pop, pop. Now, bitch, it's an art to this situation. Okay, you have to calm the fuck down. All right. And so that's basically what was going on with that situation. You got Kingsley, you know, he's still going down there sitting there with Diana trying to get her on his side to get the lions and all this stuff. She already gonna do it because she wants revenge against the lions. But basically, what she trying to get out of him is, I want the 100% truth from you, okay? I don't care about anything else that you saying about your past and all this stuff. I want the truth. This is an ego thing. You want revenge on them because Lucius embarrassed you at your little coming out party, by not signing with you, by taking some of your people and all this stuff, making you look small, reminding you of the little kids that and the people that made you look small before you became a tech giant and all this stuff, and so therefore it took you back to that place where you felt extra small, and now you want to get revenge. Okay, now I can do some shit for you. All you gotta do is do some shit for me. Give me this Shea Moisture stuff that they do it with stem cells and all this other shit. He said, bitch, are you really worried about some crow's feet up in goddamn jail? She was like, do what you gotta do, and we'll see if we can rock. And so at this point in time, Giselle, she over there talking to Kingsley and Empire in his office, saying that she could stay on that COO because she's over all the bullshit. She don't care that he took her job or whatever. He was like, oh, you really over us? It was like, first of all, it wasn't no us. And he was like, girl, yes, it was. So how can I trust that you're going to stay here and we can keep on doing? She said, no, I'm going to stay here. She stuck her hand down his pants and said, if you don't want no Me Too situation. And he was like, okay. So come to find out, Giselle has somebody out looking for information on Kingsley, and come to find out, she comes across the fact that Kingsley been up there going to Diane, and she goes and she sits with Diane, and basically she wants Diane to help her with Kingsley and Lions. Okay, no, I think it's really just Kingsley because Kingsley took her spot. Kingsley acting like he really the big baller shot caller, and this is the spot that Giselle thought that she rightfully deserved, but she got passed over for Patel's little lackey, little tech buddy. Okay, and with that being said, she goes and she throws the lions in there. She was like, I want to get revenge, just like the lions played you the same way Kingsley trying to play me. Okay, and I just want help to get this motherfucker up out the office and all this shit. And she was like, oh, the lions. The lions, the lions, the lions. And then basically how the episode end with them was, she said, girl, I'ma help you. Okay, because the lions, they really need to understand how it feels to have one of their own in the ground. And then we see this flash forward, it says 2 months a couple of months later, whatever the fuck, we see Lucius coming out of a room and he has blood on his cuff of his suit jacket. No, his blouse, his shirt, suit shirt. And then he open up his jacket and it's a whole bunch of blood on his side. Then he take the jacket off and he take the shirt off and it's going through the undershirt, and he's just saying, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? I said, bitch, tell me, because we don't know. Okay, what the fuck you do? Who the fuck is in the casket? Who really? Now, somebody close to them is going to die. Now, we got in the running that it could possibly be his mama, okay, because we haven't seen the mama in a minute, or it could be one of the kids. Now, I don't think it's Cookie, but who y'all think it is? I think it's one of the kids, or it's the mama. Now, it's somebody real close that really gonna touch him and got him sitting there crying and all that stuff. But moving on from that, we get this thing with Cookie. Cookie is trying to find some new talent to be on the Lions family management firm. Okay. And so they trying to get the money for it. They trying to get clients. Portia, they come in the house. Portia asked and hired interns. First of fucking all, you better be glad these are interns that, work for free. Because, mostly in college you have paid interns and you have unpaid interns, and the majority of the internships are unpaid internship. So I was like, bitch, you better be glad that works, because I'm sitting here thinking, how the fuck you ain't making no money, but you gonna hire some people to make money or whatever? Girl, you can't pay them. So internship, this must be an unpaid internship. She was like, I checked them out. So and so, we share the same weed man. Me and her, we got like 10 followers of the same mutual followers on Facebook. And I know old girl from getting our weed split in and shit like that. I said, girl, Portia, if you don't get the fuck up out of here. No, she go to my church. That don't mean shit. But anyway, Portia shows Cookie this video of this girl on Instagram trying to rap, and she was like, next, Cardi minus. I ain't trying to Cardi B minus, okay? We already seen that. We don't need no more, next. And then it was like, wait a minute, play that shit back. Who is that singing in the background? And his name was tagged. His name was Divine or whatever. I said, oh, Divine, that's Mario. Let me get his name right. Mario. Bitch, you gonna be Mario today, okay? And so they go down to where he work at in this junkyard or whatever, fixing cars. And Cookie comes down there with Portia. They trying to sell him on the drink. He was like, yo, I've been looking for a sign, to see if I'm doing the right thing. And, finally this happened. And she was trying to tell him about, what's gonna happen with Lions Management Fund and all this stuff. And he was like, oh my God, God is really looking down on me twice in one day. And it was like twice. Here come Becky out of nowhere. Like, yes, Empire done got him and all that stuff. It was like, how did you find out about him? Because we got algorithms and all this stuff. Kingsley then came through, and because he's such a tech type of person, everything is dealing with technology and algorithm. He is running the Empire Music Company just like a fucking tech business, okay? Cookie told Divine, yeah, Empire can offer you a lot of stuff, but you don't want to go from working in one junkyard to the next junkyard, which is Empire, because Empire has lost its heart and soul. Kingsley literally came in there and changed it from being about the artist to being about the dollars, okay? And even though Lucius and them cared about the dollars, they also cared enough to get to know the artists as well, because he respected them to a certain extent. And we seen that throughout the series, okay? And so we see how that is lost when, Cookie said, go up there, you go do your little tour Empire, don't sign no papers yet, but then you come over here and you do a tour with us and let us, show you around or whatever. So they go do Empire stuff. And of course, it's the glitz and glam because this is a big business. It got the money backing and everything. They mock up some fake CD covers and all this stuff. They got his one of his songs remixed that he put out there on Instagram or whatever to hype him up. They showing algorithms of what he's people that follow him is about and what they eat, what they like, and all that stuff. See, once again, the tech side of things, the business side of things. And then they're sitting in a meeting and basically trying to sell him on coming to Empire because we can make you into an R&B star, because these R&B stars, what your fans would like is, the chiseled abs and, be able to sing and look good and do this and do that. And he's like, wait a minute, what? I don't see what you're really trying to make me do. That's not who I am. And it took Giselle to come in and try to, you got the Marvin Gaye, Luther, Marvin, Teddy, and D'Angelo. Those are the R&B male Mount Rushmore. Okay, they only go by one name, and you want all what they have. You could put your name up there and all this stuff. So she kind of brought it back home because they was losing Divine. And then they went to go show him around the studio. And so then you get that, and he comes over there to Lucius and Cookie's house, and she was like, yeah, everything is in the house. But see, we about family. We about closeness, okay? We can't offer you all the same stuff that Empire can offer you. I know they showed you the glitz and the glam and stuff, but I'm pretty sure they did not stop and ask, what is it about you that you want? Who are you? They want to get to the heart of who you are, what you feel, what you're looking forward to, and all this stuff. I said, come the fuck on, Cookie. You better sell this shit. And he was really thinking hard about this stuff to the point that I feel like he was going to sign with Empire. And Cookie had went over there to his house to give him some papers. No, he was going to sign because she was going over there to his place to give him some papers, and he was living with his sister. And his sister, she's disabled to a certain extent, and she's waiting for Devon to get home. And basically get a little backstory on the fact that they lost their parents a few years ago. The sister has a disability, and she can clearly see. And this is how you show and see that you really good people, okay? And that it really never is, even in a time that you need money. It's not all about the money and what it can have, what your need. You have to think about others sometimes. You have to sacrifice yourself and put others first. Because Cookie could have been like, fuck this shit. That's a good ass talent. I'm still gonna sign him and make money or whatever. Even though, because it's a little competition between Empire, even though, I can't afford to do this, I'm still gonna do, want to get him so I can have a one up on Empire. She looked at their situation and she called Becky over and she said, Becky, y'all take him. Let him sign the contract and get that signing bonus money because they need the money and he can't get the money from the Lyons family management yet because they don't have it. Okay. And so Becky was like, I remember what Lucius said, take care of the people first, and that's what I'm going to do, okay? And come to find out, Lucius was a little upset that Cookie, didn't sign Devon or whatever. She put her heart first, and her morals first instead of the money, which I felt was a good idea because, they can get the next best thing, okay? And so at this point, they get a knock at the door. Well, Miss Juanita, y'all notice Miss Juanita don't wear no maid outfit no more. I don't know if I mentioned that anymore, but she don't wear the maid outfit no more. They got Miss Juanita chilling in the house like she Auntie Juanita. Mind you, I got an Auntie Juanita too. But she just kicking it. She was like, yo, Miss Cookie, you gotta visit her at the door. And they was like, bring him in. So it was Devon, and he basically said he didn't sign with Empire. He wanted to sign with y'all because it was more so of what he needed. It felt like a home. And so basically he became family. And Lucius gave him that $2,000 that he gave, that he took from old boy from out that safe. And he said, you family, whatever you need, this is us. And I was like, look at this. This made me like them again. You know what I'm saying? That was a cute little humanistic moment for me. Okay. Moving on from that, we got Jamal. Jamal is running ragged because he's having all these flashbacks about Kai. When he first saw Kai, this guy drugged him. The bartender drugged him, trying to get some paparazzi photos for him to make it seem like he was just out of his mind. Kai tried to help him. He thought Kai was trying to set him up and put him on the news or whatever. And Kai was like, bitch, I'm a journalist, a real journalist. And to be seen with a messy ass person like you, that is like poison to a real journalist like me, okay? And so that kind of took Jamal by surprise and was like, yo, okay, my bad. You want to go to dinner sometime? And he was like, nah, because you messy as fuck. He was like, I promise to be 33% less messy. He was like, well, I think about it, 33%. Okay, so of course they go out. One day they up in the house and they kicking it. He telling them about the places that he been, his favorite places, Dakar, Senegal, I believe, and he started making some music or whatever, feeling the beat, feeling the vibe of what he was saying. I said, that's some talented ass shit, Jamal. I can give you that. And they start kissing, and he was like, you want to take this to the bedroom? Kat said, bitch, no. Okay, I gotta go because I got an early morning. I was like, oh, all right, you turn down dick like that? Okay, somebody thought something. Okay, you got a little bit more. Not on the first date, not on the first couple of days or whatever. And so we see further, he was saying how he comes back to him at 6 o'clock in the morning. And he was saying, this is 2 years ago when they met. And he was just saying, he's HIV positive, but he's very undetectable. His viral loads is very low. It's hard to detect it in the system if you don't know what to mean. And, some people don't like that. So therefore they just move on. And that's why he didn't take it to the next step when they was kissing in the house, because he didn't know how Jamal would act, and he thought that he would basically be like, get away from me. Jamal said, bitch, well, I'm HIV negative, and I don't give a shit, and I know how to protect myself, and I know how to stay that way. So if you want to do this, let's do this. And it was like, oh, okay, cute. Basically, in the presence, what's going on now is we know that Kai took that assignment over in that war-torn country, what's going on, and it was very dangerous. And now there has been no communication with Kai with anybody for the past 3 days or so. And Jamal is running ragged because he's loved him and all this stuff. And Becky come over there trying to figure out what's going on. And he's looking for something. Come to find out, he has a ring for Kai. He was going to ask her to marry him. And, the family come over because Becky had to call him and was like, listen, He on his way out trying to go find him. Cookie like, bitch, you can't take your ass over there. And Andre like, you can't get up and just go to another country, especially a war-torn country, without a plan. And then Lucius trying to calm him down. You got Hakeem dumbass talking about something, I go with you. I said, nigga, you ain't got shit else to do. Sit your ass down, okay, and breathe. Okay? That's what you need to do. And well, I gave y'all a long video. Okay, good. But anyway, I know how to make it best, okay? What else? And Lucius was like, I know if it was it was one of y'all or your mother, I would have been doing the same thing, but you have to just wait. And he was on the phone at one point, and he was like, "You're not telling me something." They said, and then Lucius was like, "Well, they found his wallet and his cell phone on the road, but they haven't found him." Okay. And this made Jamal break down because at this point they think he dead. Cause how is he gonna get in communication? And he been been kidnapped or whatever. And we've seen reports in real life of journalists, I should say, going over to these countries where they're very much involved in a war and extremists and all this other stuff that's going on, and they get captured. The recent case right now, they're going on with the journalists that got captured or whatever. I don't really hear that much talking about it from the White House, but it's happening. Stuff like that be happening, and these journalists be losing their lives over stuff like that. And so I love him. I love him. That kind of hurt my heart a little bit. I was like, damn, Jamal, not at the end of the episode would you pull my heartstrings like this. Baby, Jamal falls in love each and every season. He done had the Hispanic boy. He had the other black boy, I think. Then he had Terrell Carter. Then he had another one. All at the girl. Now he got Kai. He has a nigga each and every season, okay? That he falls in love with. Jamal, you just need to be by yourself and give yourself a rest. Give your heart a rest, okay? That's what you need to do. And you know who else needs to stop? Hakeem. Y'all gonna push this out there. We already seen what's gonna happen, okay? Because Hakeem and Blake finna get into a fight next week. Well, in 2 weeks, because the World Series coming on. So thank God I get a break. I get a Wednesday break, okay? I ain't got that many. I have 5 videos that I have to put up on Wednesday night, okay? But I do it because I love y'all. Anyway, Tiana and Blake is in a studio and they doing a song or whatever. And he was like, we should do this song and we should put it out. She was like, no, I don't want to put it out. Why don't we she was like, okay, we can do it just for us. And he was like, okay, cool. And the vibe is just like, oh, they gonna fuck around one day, okay? She coming out the studio, and then Hakeem standing there like, yo, what's up? He was like, I did used to work up here before. She was like, what are you doing here? And, I put the kids to bed. I gave the nanny a little extra so she can stay. But you can't keep doing this and all this stuff. This ain't gonna work or whatever. I said, so y'all broken up or whatever? What's happening? He was like, I got a little surprise for you. And so take him back into this old studio, whatever. Got some food there, her favorite food, the chef then cooked. I said the food looked dry as shit. But okay, she liked it. And he was like, we can make this work and all this stuff. And he started kissing on her. And at first she was like, nah, I can't do this. It was like, everybody going home or whatever. And so they finna get it in. And then she started finna grab at his stuff. And then he was like, no. This ain't about me. This about you. I said, oh. And then he proceeds to go down on him. I said, oh, but this ain't gonna last. Okay, this ain't gonna last. I already see it. Hakeem fucking this shit up and pushing Tiana to the arms to another person. And I feel as though, Tiana, if you feel like shit ain't working, you should have just said, bitch, this shit ain't working, we done. But you shouldn't go with the nigga homeboy. I don't believe in that shit. But that was Empire. Cute little episode. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about it. And I will see y'all later. Peace.